Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Kelvin Pham for Vietnail TV. Welcome to a very special webcast of the VN Group. That's right, we call it the VN Group now. Shorten it because Vietnail Group take too long to say, folks. All right, so we updating our name to the VN Group. Welcome to, like I said, a very special session. What are we talking about today, folks? Well, if you're in California, you know the saga continue. The story goes on. The movie continue, okay? It's the outdoor situation, folks. We've been dealing with that for how many months now, all right? Last Friday, all of the beauty professionals were glued to the TV, waiting to hear what the governor of California is gonna say about the opportunity to get our asses back indoors. Well, he only mentioned, I believe, only in one sentence, and next thing you know, we have this 4 tiers, folks. 4 different tiers of what we have to go through in order to get back into our salon. Well, that is not sitting well with many beauty professionals, especially the hair professional folks. I know we've been talking so much about the nail professional because that's the business that we're in. But the hair folks are the one that's been making a lot of noise. Why? Because there's a lot of them. All right? And we are beginning to to listen up and say, how come they are making the noise and we're not making the noise? I wonder, why is that? Well, hopefully today, folks, we're going to get some of the answers. All right?
So let me first introduce Fred Jones. He's with the Pro Beauty Federation of California. And Fred, I'm pretty confident many of our viewers probably have never heard of your organization, of you, and what you do. So I'd like you to spend just a couple of minutes, tell us about the organization and what you do in particular there.
So you're probably right. Most of your viewers haven't heard about our organization. We've been around since 1999. I have actually been retained as a lobbyist and legal counsel since the year 2000. So for 20 years, I have represented this industry. And I want to make it clear, the Professional Beauty Federation of California represents every segment of this industry equally. Hair, skin, and nails. We always have. It's the governor that's trying to separate and divide us. And we're just not going to let him do that. But yeah, for 20 years, I've been in Sacramento. I've only missed one State Board of Barbering and Cosmetology meeting in those 20 years. I'm there. Woody Allen once quipped that 70% of life is just showing up. 90% of lobbying is showing up. Well, I've been there. I've been at the legislative meetings. I've created relationships of trust with key legislators like the Business and Professions Committee chairs and vice chairs. I have great relationship with the State Board of Barbering and Cosmetology and their superiors within the Newsom administration. And we've made a lot of impacts over 20 years. We actually sponsored our first bill in 2000 to restore the State Board of Barbering and Cosmetology. We sponsored a bill in 2006 that created the most progressive reciprocity law among all 50 states. We got an exception to the Dynamex ruling written into Assembly Bill 5 last year, and we staved off 7 bills this session that would have killed our beauty colleges. That's just an example of legislation that we've dealt with over 20 years to impact and improve. And frankly, the only mission we have is to raise the professionalism of beauty in California. And that's what we've been fighting for. But when the governor came along nearly 6 months ago and shut us all down and then prolonged the shutdown, that was when my organization started to get on the radar screen, because we were the only state organization of all 50 states that actually sued their governor.
So you're the troublemaker.
Court.
Is that right? So you're the troublemaker.
Well, Machiavelli asked the famous question in his book, The Prince, is it better to be feared or is it better to be loved? Trust me, in politics, fear is the sustaining motivator. And so we need now more than ever to unite all 3 segments of this industry to start kicking ass in Sacramento because, unfortunately, we have not been feared. We've been marginalized. We've been ignored. We're the sacrificial lamb to these so-called health experts that are trying to show they're doing something about COVID, but they're not willing to shut down the multinational corporations and the big retailers and the box stores and the grocery stores and the AMPMs. No, they're not going after them. They're not going after the doctor's offices and the dental offices. No, they're going after personal service industries, the quintessential small businesses, because they think we can be pushed around. And that's how they're going to show the world that they're doing something about COVID. We'll leave IKEA open, but we're going to shut down every nail salon. That's BS. The data, the science, they're all on our side. We are frankly safer than any dental or orthodontist office. Every one of their patients have to have their mouth wide open in close contact in a closed environment. We, on the other hand, you nail salon owners, can have PPE for each of your techs, can have a plexiglass separation, and have PPE masks for each of your customers. We're so much safer. Even the CDC, the frickin' CDC, has acknowledged the safety of our COVID-compliant protocols. So that combined with a hell of a lot of protests, a lot of bad press that we've been delivering to King Gavin, finally broke through. And the only industry he actually called out when he reopened, partially, Friday, was our industry. Now, unfortunately, because he disrespects all of you nail salon owners, and because he disrespects our skin care professionals, including our electrologists, he's saying, screw you. The check's in the mail. We'll check back in 21 days to see whether we'll open you or not. We've got to unite. We've got to continue to ring his bell, and we have to clearly explain our industry is hair, skin, and nails. We have to come together.
Yeah, he's on point. I mean, I talked to Fred just a few weeks ago to connect with him and collaborate with him in a way that's positive for our industry. And when I spoke to him and what he was speaking from, it's spot on. It's what I feel. It's the passion and the motivation that we need in this nail industry to really voice what we have concern with. We don't speak much. We are a very quiet group of people who are diligent, who works hard, who don't violate the law, and really just very obedient in general. And it is time, 6 months now since March. It hasn't gotten better. To me, it's gotten worse. If you look at the tier, it's impossible to get to a place where we want to be comfortable. So if we don't do something, if we don't question those tiers, those number, and makes in a way it makes sense to us, we're going to be in deep trouble in the future because it's not going to get better.
So, yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on the legal front. We filed and Mike and I may be the only ones that appreciate this, but we filed an emergency injunction, a preliminary injunction that would have forced him to reopen our industry. It's a fast-track approach to litigation. It requires the judge to make a quick ruling because most civil litigations in California drag out for a minimum of 2 years. And if, for example, I've had a lot of people say we ought to sue the governor for our lost income. And we might, by the way. But that's going to take maybe 4 years or maybe 5 years with all the discovery and the depositions and all the evidentiary procedures and then the legal battles. We don't have time for that. So we decided we would file a preliminary injunction to get a quick court ruling. We filed on May 12th in Los Angeles. We went back and forth, had a bunch of sworn declarations and legal pleadings, and then the court said, okay, I want final argument on Tuesday, May 26th, and then I'll make my ruling. Guess what Governor Newsom announced on Tuesday, May 26th? He reopened our hair salon. And then 4 hours later, the Attorney General's office, in their final brief, says, hey, it's a moot point. The governor's reopened our industry. So clearly, the pressure we put him under made him move. But, again, the legal battle will take too long. We have to litigate this in the court of public opinion. So while we were pursuing the lawsuit, we were also going out to the media and using the lawsuit as our initial hook. That was the lure that we drove the media toward us, toward our hashtag Open Salons Now campaign. And even before the closing arguments, we had earned $2 million of free media exposure. So it did its job. And then on June 19th, he allowed skincare professionals and nail salons to resume their services. But of course, all of this came to an abrupt end on July 13th, when he shut us all back down. And in between, when he opened us up and when he shut us back down, unfortunately, the United States Supreme Court came out with a very unfavorable ruling that basically said governors in a state of emergency have broad police power, including the ability to shut people down, including, by the way, even First Amendment litigants, religious congregations. And in fact, it was a 5-4 decision. It was quite surprising. The Chief Justice joined the 4 more progressive justices. But the 4 that dissented said, you now have created a situation where people can go to a casino, but they can't go to church on Sunday. I mean, it was quite a ruling. And so it really diminishes our legal position, at least in federal court. There are some state relief that we could pursue in the future, which we are considering. But again, let me stress, this is about politics. It's not about the law, because the governor has written the law with these royal edicts faster than a medieval monarch. It's not about data and science, because the data and science is on our side. During the 6 weeks that our hair salons were open, from June to July 13th, we actually we did our own work, the governor's work. We traced 7,000 salons that did 500,000 individual services during that 6 weeks. We found our COVID transmission rate was 0.038%, which is thousands of times a factor less than the 1.1% community spread statewide. So we are so flippin' safe. We've got the data on our side. We have the science and CDC on our side. And frankly, we have the law on our side. The governor's shooting from the hip.
Are you going to sue? I said, you know what? Why don't we ask Fred Jones? Are you going to sue? Let me just cut right to it. Are you going to sue?
We will pursue other lawsuits against the governor in the future. But our priority, your priority, all of our priority needs to be one priority. Open salons now. This is a political battle. It's not a legal battle. It's a political battle. It's not a science battle. It's a political battle. It's not a data battle. We need to shame Governor Newsom for discriminating against first-generation immigrants, against 95% women who are skincare professionals, who he has literally kicked to the back alley to perform our professional services next to dumpsters and vagrants in 100-degree weather with pollen and wind and passerbys. This is discrimination. It's embarrassing. This is not the third world. This is America. This is not acceptable. That's the battle cry.
So Louis, I was turning this one to you. Fred talked about having those images of women working outside, back alley near the dumpsters, right? I mean, that's assuming that they're even working outside. Based upon your experience, Louis, how many people whether personally you heard of, that have actually opened up for outdoor services? How many people do you know? Can you count on one hand? More than two hands?
Out of maybe 1,000 salon here, maybe very, 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 very few.
Right.
I know that many have tried because it didn't look like it's gonna go away. So they tried open. I know a lot of my friends. I encourage them to at least try it, and they have closed. They couldn't do it, and some of them got sick because during the heat they couldn't tolerate. And now we have a big fire up here. It's smoke nonstop. It's inhalation is choking people, and so it's impossible. Also, now a lot of salons cannot open because they don't have the space. You're literally in the asphalt parking lot, and how are you going to get electrical cord out there? You have run through the parking lot. It's just location, the weather, and carrying water in and out. The safety issue of that is just too risky to just try to get a few dollars, and it's just not worth it for your health. And that's the dilemma that we have to face, is that a lot of salon is unable to open, period. And, the data shows we are the only state, folks, the only states, okay, out of 54,000 nail salons in the U.S. We have 103,000 nail technicians here who cannot work. Okay, that's got to have an impact on the economy because we are the bread and butter of the nail salon industry.
Discrimination against immigrants, hardworking men and women in the nail salon industry. Discrimination against women, because there's a very high percentage of women who make up the nail technician workforce as well as skin workforce. So there's discrimination, there's a separation. Are you hearing, Lui, so this one's to Lui, are you hearing from your members, owners, women who say, you know what, this is absolute discrimination here? Are they willing to stand up and fight? So, you know what, I'm not going to let this governor discriminate against me like that?
Not only from the members, but a lot from my clients, the industry, the people that needs this service, that see the unjust. They talk to me. They said, if you need help, I stand up and I talk to you for you. I have people that are that needs this service for older elders and people that are handicapped, and they're willing to step up and say, what can I do to help you? Because TV come by my salon, and we have outdoor service, and they see this and they want to step up and help because everybody sees it. It's not only the people in the business but outside of it. So right. Either you don't want to look, but the data shows, and the reaction and everything that he has done doesn't support the fact that he's being fair.
In a couple of episodes from now, guess what my topic is going to be? How to bankrupt, or how to file for bankruptcy for your nail salon. How to file for personal bankruptcy. How to walk away from your lease. Not negotiate the terms of your lease. How to walk away from your lease. How to sell your salon at a discount, not a premium, a discount, okay? A fire sale, whatever it is, right? That's not the webcast that I want to give, but I will tell you from personal experience as an attorney, my clients are coming to me for that advice. And I'm sure if my clients are coming to me, there are thousands of you out there who are having these same questions, these same thoughts, but who do I go to? Where do I go to? You come back to VitNail TV, and you're going to follow us and keep in touch with us, because we will give you the updated information on a weekly basis. But again, I'm very serious. I will have those conversations about filing bankruptcy, about walking away. It is a very sad topic. It's a very heavy topic. But if you don't want to hear that seminar or that webcast, contact Fred. Get involved. Join Fred's cause. Contact Louis if you only speak Vietnamese. He will help translate. Contact Mr. PhD. These gentlemen will translate for you and make sure that you are getting the right advice. You contact me, I won't give you Vietnamese advice, but I'll give you the English advice, right? So just keep that in mind. I may be a Vo, but my Vietnamese is kind of terrible.
One way to find out, folks, is you want to make sure that you stay in tune. Check back with us every week. get updated on what's going on with the situation, not only in California. California, a hot topic right now, but for the states, folks, for the state that you guys think you might be safe because you guys are working indoors right now, don't be surprised. California is the leader in the beauty industry, and don't be surprised that if your state somehow get a increase, don't be surprised your ass will be outside just like us. Because I heard that Hawaii just last week shut down for the second time, and they're not even allowed to work outdoors. So folks, make sure you get educated, find out what's going on in your industry, and of course, as you can see right here, I will put it up again. This right here is the Facebook page for the Professional Beauty Federation of California. You go there, folks, all right? You don't need to remember no damn website unless you're good at it, all right? Go in there and send them a message. Say, Fred, I saw you on VitNail TV, and you are badass, and I need your help, all right? So, all right, you know what I'm talking about, okay? On that note, folks, all right, like always, make sure you have a wonderful day, be safe, and be kind.